What's going on YouTube? My name is Sweat. Welcome back to another Apex Legends video. And today's video idea I actually got from you guys through Twitter DMs, Instagram messages, Xbox messages, you name it. I've gotten a message on how to control the recoil in Apex Legends Season 3. So I'm going to go through every single weapon that I can with you guys, how to combat the recoil. And I know you guys are going to really enjoy this video. And if you do, and you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your dog, tell your dog's cousin's friend's cousin's dog to subscribe to this channel because we are growing at an alarming rate, almost at 1,000 subs. Let's try to boost me up there by the end of the week. I love you guys so much. And if you guys want to see a video on how to play aggressive, comment aggro in the comments below, AGRO. Without further ado, let's get right into the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, let's hop into how to control the recoil of every weapon in Apex Legends. Now this is updated as of Season 3, so unless they introduce a new weapon later on in the season, this is going to be every single weapon that is included in Season 3. We're going to start off with the KRABER. Now this doesn't have much recoil as a gun in general. When you shoot it, it's a sniper, it shoots straight. One thing I do want to point out with the KRABER, if you're far away, you're going to have to lead enemies. A lot of people don't do this, and this is why they miss shots. If you see on my screen, I'm actually aiming ahead of the target, and it's still hitting it. That's because the target moves, and the bullet takes a little while to reach its target, so make sure that you are keeping that in mind while using the KRABER. Next up, we have the MASTIFF shotgun, guys, and there is a couple similarities between this and the Peacekeeper shotgun. So I do want to cover that real quickly. Now you're always going to want to aim down sights with this gun. As you can see right here, the bullet spread when I hip fire compared to when I'm ADSing. When I'm ADSing, it's way lower, so you're definitely going to want to always be aimed down sights with the MASTIFF. Another thing is you're going to want to make sure all your pellets hit. Right there I only hit for 18 because one of my pellets hit. Right here I'm hitting for 144 because all of my pellets are hitting. So I highly recommend aiming down sight with the MASTIFF shotgun at all times. Next up, we have the L-Star energy weapon. Now you're going to see this out of supply drops, and in my opinion, this gun is not really very useful. There's a lot of guns that are better than this in the game, but hey, if this is your cup of tea, then I'm going to show you how to control the recoil on it. So let's just see really quickly how the recoil looks. Now this is me not combating the recoil at all. I'm not doing anything with my right stick. I'm just letting it go, and we'll see how it is. So it looks like this weapon is going to go up to the left, to the right, and back to the left. So in order to combat this, we're going to pull down to the right, down to the left, and then down to the right again. This is what it's going to look like when you're going at a target. You can see the gun doesn't move nearly as much as when I'm not pressing anything on the right stick compared to when I'm trying to control it. This is me not hitting anything on the right stick. And this is me controlling it on the right stick. A very big difference, very big difference. So next up, we are moving on to the shotguns. We're starting off with the EVA 8. Now these shotguns really don't have that much recoil, so I just want to touch upon them all at one time here. I'm going to actually pick up the Peacekeeper as well and just say that you need to hit all your pellets. Like I said, with the MASTIFF, you hit all your pellets, the more damage it's going to do, right? There's not much recoil with these shotguns. You hit the full 110 with the Peacekeeper. You hit 70, you miss some pellets. You miss a lot of pellets, you're going to hit for 40 or 20. So that is about it for the shotguns. They all have similar traits. EVA 8 actually is an automatic shotgun, but as you can see right here, it does not have any recoil, so you shouldn't have any problem combating that. You don't really need to do anything with the right stick. So now we're going to get into some weapons that all have recoil, and this is the light weapons onto the heavy and to the energy weapons. The rest of the weapons in this video are all going to have recoil that you can control in some way or another. So we're starting it off with the RE45 pistol. Now I'm going to shoot this every time from now on in the video. I'm going to shoot the first clip without moving my right stick at all, and then I'm going to tell you guys how to combat that in the next little shooting clip that I show. So right here, this is nothing on the right stick. Let's see the pattern. It looks like it just goes up into the right. So to combat this, we're just going to pull down and left diagonally down on the right stick, and there should be no recoil. This is what it's going to look like. Very little recoil. It's very easy to control this weapon if you get the hang of it. So that is the RE45. Moving on to the P2020 pistol. This is a semi-automatic pistol, so there shouldn't be that much recoil, but let's just see. Now it just goes up a very little bit. You can see it's going up. Shouldn't be too hard to control. You're just going to want to pull down on your right stick while you're shooting it. And you can see it barely moves at all, if any, to be honest. Looks like it's shooting right in the same spot. Onto the R301, one of my personal favorite weapons right here. Let's take a look without me holding anything on the right stick. Now it looks like a little question mark type of deal here. It's going to go up to the right and then back to the left really quick. So we're going to want to pull down, and then right at the end, we're going to want to make a little reverse circle motion with our right thumbstick. And as you can see, there is barely any recoil. This all has to do with your right stick, guys, on console. This is a console tutorial, like I said. This all has to do with your right stick being pulled in the opposite direction that the recoil pattern is going. Next up, we have the R99 submachine gun, arguably the best weapon in the game for Season 2, 3, and maybe even 1 every single season. This gun is absolutely a monster. And let's take a look at the recoil pattern when I'm not holding anything on my right stick. Now it looks like this one just flies straight up in the air. To combat this, we're just going to want to pull straight down on the right stick. And there is barely any recoil. I do use the R99 in a lot of my videos, so I get a ton of comments saying, how is your R99 not moving? How is the accuracy so good on the R99? It's because I'm pulling straight down on it. It's not that hard of a weapon to control, especially when you get a decent stabilizer. Blue and above, the gun really doesn't move that much. Onto the alternator now. This is me not holding anything on the right stick. This is another weapon that shoots straight up in the air, so to combat this, we're going to pull straight down, just like the R99 was. Barely any recoil whatsoever. Onto the Scout. This is a semi-automatic weapon. But as you can see, it does go straight up while I'm shooting it. So to combat this again, we're just going to pull down. And the gun really doesn't move at all. That is going to do it for the light weapons. Next up, we're moving on to the Wingman, a very popular gun. This is me not holding anything on the right stick. Now this gun really doesn't have that much recoil, so maybe very slightly pull down on the right stick to control the Wingman, but you shouldn't have too much of a problem. It should always go back to the same exact spot. Onto the Spitfire. Now I know this one's got some crazy recoil. Let's see it without me holding anything. Looks like it goes up to the left, to the right, to the left, and back to the right again. So we're just going to want to pull down and left diagonal and then right diagonal. And this is what it's going to look like. Now you're not going to be able to control it perfectly. I know it looks like it's moving a decent amount, but the Spitfire is not a hard gun to use. A lot of people can use this weapon effectively. Now we are on to the Longbow sniper rifle. As you can see, that's me not holding anything. It's a sniper rifle. The gun should not move on you. I'm not going to really cover that in depth too much. There is really no recoil on the Longbow as it's a sniper rifle. Onto the Prowler now, me not holding anything on my right stick. The gun looks like it goes straight up, so we're just going to pull straight down. And there's very little recoil on the Prowler, as you can see. Next up, we're on to the HEMLOCK Burst AR. Now you can shoot this burst, or you can shoot this single. We'll start off with the single fire. Now the single fire just goes straight up, so you know the deal by now. We're just going to pull straight down on the single fire, and then we hit every bullet. Onto the burst. This is going to move a little bit more, obviously. This looks like it actually goes up to the right and then to the left and back down to where it came from, so there shouldn't be too much to do with this recoil. We're just going to end up pulling down, and as you can see, we're locked right onto the middle of that target for most of the time. Flatline, now this is a really good gun to utilize. I highly suggest using it in Season 3. It's actually a very underrated weapon. It has been for a long time. One of my favorites. Let's see how it works. So it's going to go up to the left, back to the right, and to the left again. So we're just going to pull diagonally to the right to combat this one. As you can see, we're sticking right in the middle of this little square diamond little thing. We're sticking right in the middle of that. All our bullets are going there because we're combating the recoil. So, finishing it off, we have the energy weapons. Now this is going to include the HAVOC, Devotion, Triple Take, and the almighty overpowered charge rifle. We'll get to that last, of course. So with the HAVOC, let's see how it works without me holding anything on my right stick. Now this gun shoots up really hard, so you're going to want to definitely pull this one down to control the recoil. Let's see how it looks. Definitely want to adjust. Try it out for yourself, just how much you want to pull down on the right stick to get all these weapons to where it's the lowest recoil possible. So as you guys saw there, I started down. With this weapon, I like to start down probably at the enemy's chest, and it will actually float up a little bit into their head so you can get an easy headshot with the HAVOC. This is actually one of my favorite weapons, to be honest. It shoots right up into the head region. Devotion is a really weird gun. I don't use this one that often, but we will show you how to do it nonetheless here. Now this one shoots really far up in the sky, to the left and to the right. So I'm gonna just combat this one by pulling down into the left. As you can see, the gun is pretty much contained in that little diamond there. Triple Take, now this is a sniper, should not move that much. Nope, Triple Take does not move at all. In fact, it is a sniper. It's just like the longbow. It's going to go back to the same exact location as when you last shot it. And last but not least, onto the charge rifle right here. The newest weapon added to Apex Legends. Controversially, the most overpowered and the most broken weapon in the game. Let's see if it has any recoil. And another reason that it is broken is it has no recoil whatsoever. When you shoot the weapon, it comes right back to where it is. There's actually not any recoil even when you shoot the weapon. Normally, like on the longbow, the gun bounces up a little bit. Nothing even happens with this gun, so you don't have to worry about recoil at all. Now before this video ends, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And if you're not subscribed, like I said earlier, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I want to thank you guys for all the recent support lately. I love each and every one of you guys. You guys are amazing, making me more motivated every single day to upload great content to you guys. And I hope you enjoy what I have to bring to the table. Without further ado, I'll send you off on your way. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.